Hey Hofstra fans, welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm Carrie Schreiber, joined as always by head coach of the women's basketball team, Krista Kilburn-Steveskey. How are you doing today?
A little wet out there, but we made it in here.
Well, we made it from the weather, and you guys had 2 victories this past week, so what were your thoughts?
Oh, just happy about how we're gaining some momentum. Yeah, I think people are again, they're bought in and they are being very responsive, like I've kind of said the whole year just about this team. So, we just kind of just digging in, and I keep saying like it's about us so that we can just continue to get better each game.
Now let's just start with University at Albany. You guys defeated them, but it was a good 10-point win. But in the second half, it looked like they were starting to come back a little more. You only outscored them by 2 points. What do you think happened there?
Well, I mean, every great team, you got a championship team you're playing, that they're never going to back down. And that I think that's your biggest wake up call. For a young team like mine is, you're never, you're up by 20 and you're not ahead, because the 3-point line changes everything, and then they're not going to give in, and the momentum shifts are part of the game, and it's how you survive the momentum shifts. We turned the ball over a little too quick in the second half, and folks were gambling a little bit too much, and you can't play different because you're up by 15. You can't, you're going to keep being aggressive, but you don't get lazy with passes and things like that. And I think that's kind of what we did, and then obviously attribute to them to be fighting. They came right out to Richards right in the second half, which I knew they were going to do. She scored the first 6 points, and so they're going to answer. Great teams are going to answer, and so our answer is just to fight back and control that shift, and we did, and we got the win.
And Kelly Loftus, she had a career high 7 3-pointers, 25 points in the game. What did you really just see from her?
Well, I mean, another thing I've been saying all year long, right? And whether she was 1 for 10 at the beginning of the year, or whether we're sitting here right now and we're looking for consistency. So we're not too high, and we're not going to get too low. It's your own mental battles as a shooter that you're fighting against. So you certainly, as a coach, you don't talk about that. You just talk about effort. You just talk about continue to fight through, continue to find value on the floor. Whatever value that you're bringing, even if the shot is a little off, but when you're a shooter, you got to keep shooting. And I think everyone, we've always just attacked Kelly that way. So just proud of her, and just looking for consistency. Again, not too high, not too low. She's doing what she's capable of doing, and that's where the excitement is. Because this is what she can do, and this, even though it wasn't being done yet, this is what she can do, and now you're beginning to see it.
So then Saturday against Robert Morris University, defeat them as well, but the second half also, we saw them score a little bit, I think 1 more point than you, but defensively, what do you think happened there?
Well, again, we got to put a lot of different combinations, give people opportunities that they haven't had a chance to play, and maintaining that consistency is always, like I said, once again, the same kind of conversation about Albany, and again, another championship team, another team that won their conference last year, so they certainly were going to go down without a fight. So I think we have to clean up the mistakes, because those are the, in a tighter game of margin, you have less room for those kind of turnovers. You have less room for someone coming in and making 3 turnovers. I mean, that it's just a tighter belt. So, now some of that maturity is, if you get the lead, the sustainability, don't play different. Don't play so loose that you're, turning it over. The value of the ball still is important. So, again, some of the growing things that we have to do, and then giving people opportunities that haven't had that opportunity on the floor. The other folks that have played a lot more minutes, then you get someone who hasn't played that many minutes, they have to value the minutes that they get, but it's also a chance, for them to see what it feels like to play on the big stage.
And you held Robert Morris to 3 for 25 3-point shooting, so what went right there?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a major focus to cover the arc against them. I think, of the shots they have taken so far this year, I think 108 of them were threes already. So, and then I can't pronounce the kid's last name, but Stamlopoulos.
Yeah, we had a lot of problems.
It's great to me.
That one,
But dynamic kid. I'd love to have a kid like that in my in my program. I mean, she is just, she had known Artemis Spino, who was their former stud that played for them. So just to see her, get better each year. So they're going to be a team to reckon with. So, but we were very happy with our performance.
And then someone getting better each game is Ashanae Durant. We talked about her before, but she had a double-double in that win, and has received more CAA Rookie Awards this week. So how important was she?
Yeah, well, both of them. It was a great day yesterday when, the pair got, Kelly got Player of the Week and Ashanae got Rookie of the Week. So it's nice, and just seeing her development. I talked about her all year long, about her maturity, how she sees the game, how she slows the game down in her mind, and just has great body control. So a lot of that is just coming too, and she's getting tougher and tougher. She gets better throughout the game. When she realizes that people are getting physical on her, how does she respond to that physicality? Realize she can't be soft with the ball, and so she has some ridiculous strength, and she's just gaining momentum. So, we couldn't do all of this. I think the value sometimes that people don't realize because, it's stats or this, but like you have E control, we all control the boards, 15 rebounds, and then Ashane had 12 rebounds in the last game, and E had 15 rebounds. Whether it was coming in Asia or Jaquel giving points, but the value of your post player who is controlling the paint and stopping penetration in the paint and playing as big and as wide as he does, I think everybody's just beginning to see, whether it's on any given night, if the value is more points or more rebounds, more defensive stops, or hitting a 3 for us in the corner or doing this. It's fun watching us come together a little bit.
And you guys come together, you mentioned that you beat 2 teams who had won their conference the year before, so what kind of confidence does that bring for your team this early on in the season? Yeah,
I think it just keeps it rolling on. I think really I can go as far back as the Northern Iowa game. I think that game just began our momentum. And then the loss to Western Kentucky, we didn't even have a drop. It was, we knew that game was right there in regulation in our hands, and and we played hard, and we knew that we were a good team, and I think that game almost just really, and it was a loss, right? Mm-hmm. But that game proved to them they can play with anybody, and I think I can't say enough about, to me, where they were mentally after that game, and then how they just made a point that they were going to dig in and take care of business as we move forward. So now we got a lot more challenges, so. That's why we got to keep it keep it like this, because you're going to have so many more adversity, so much more people coming at you, and that's what makes it fun.
Well, then tonight we look ahead, and you guys take on NJIT out in Newark. So, what's going to be the focus? What's the scouting report?
This team is a dangerous team because they've got some depth now. They've got a really strong post player who transferred from Temple, who's eligible this year, and some really long, lanky guards at rebound, and. So they push the tempo, they have a million different offensive sets, so, we just, and then a quick turnaround again for us, so, we just got to come there prepared, play together defensively, really defend and rebound extremely well. You got to keep it simple, defend and rebound, and then, really attack with a purpose on iron, where they throw at us. So we're excited, and we know it's a very difficult game. It's a doubleheader with their men. We're mentally ready for the challenge now. We just have to be able to sustain that 40 minutes and take care of business, so.
And then after tonight, you guys don't play again. You got a little bit of a break until December 21st, Boston College. That's the next one. So during that time period, I know the finals and everything, but what do you guys do?
It's kind of one of the longest breaks I think I've ever had here. We have some issues with reading days and things like that. Most people play, up to like the 12th or something like that, or maybe the 13th, depending on their exam schedules. So it is what it is. So, we're just going to try to keep it fresh. We're going to have, obviously some days off and some days to do individuals, and then some days to really get after it and, have a scrimmage and try to keep it as fresh as possible. So that'll just be challenging for all of us on the staff and challenging for the players. But, that's what great teams do. Great teams got to have good practice. We have to get better during this time period, and that's what I'll just keep harping.
And now tonight, what's going to be the key to getting another victory?
We just, on the road, you're obviously down by 10, and you have 2 fouls before you get there. That's what you have to have that mentality on the road. So, it's going to take a really good, team concept, really to grind it out and, really play together. I like the 18 assists we had in the last game. So, and handle whatever they throw out of us. That's the unknown and the quick turnaround. So, we're excited, we're ready. We just got to get on the floor and prove it.
All right, well, head coach of the women's basketball team, Krista Kilburn-Steveskey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And you can tune in to the WBB Mason Coaches Report each and every Tuesday.